Ukraine is working with both the Republicans and the Democrats and all political circles in the United States to make sure that there's all-round support. Because what Ukraine is doing is we're actually fighting here on the ground with our own resources, especially human resources, for the very concept of democracy to stay alive, let alone to be strengthened. With some of the United States politicians claiming that they will reduce the support to Ukraine, well, that's actually quite concerning and upsetting in a way, because the United States, being a country that has been the strongest supporter of democracy and has been the baseline for democracy, I think that they should be concerned with increasing the resources and giving Ukraine even more resources to make sure that this fight is won and that the victory does not take years and years and decades, and rather that it is brought to Ukraine, to Europe, to the world in the shortest terms possible. But this will only be possible if we have enough weapons. I will say it very clearly, enough weapons, fighter jets, long-range missiles to fight with.
Lesia, is the message then now to the Ukrainian people that, you're vowing then to end Russia's occupation of Crimea, is the message then from President Volodymyr Zelensky, that we're going to still remain steadfast, and the one thing we're definitely going to do is end this war with Ukraine having won its side of this battle?
Well, Ukraine's military, as well as all of our government, president, parliament, we're all working together to end Russia's occupation of all of Ukraine. And Crimea is, of course, an integral part of Ukraine. The territory of Ukraine, as we know it, has been recognized in 1991 when Ukraine regained its independence from the Soviet Union. And in 1991, all international parties, all members of the international community, Russia included, recognized that Ukraine is Crimea, that Ukraine is Donetsk region, Ukraine is Luhansk region, and all of the other regions which at the moment Russia for some reason decided to occupy, annex and exercise absolutely arbitrary and terrorist regimes over. So Ukraine has no choice but to fight off this evil, and Ukraine has no choice but to rebuild its territorial integrity with all that we have, and we will be fighting with all that we have and all that we are being given by our international partners to protect this very concept of the territorial integrity and independence of free states.
What happens from here then if with regards to more military equipment? Have those conversations continued to go any further from the ones we've had a while ago then? And how much more can we see from this offensive that the president has keenly spoken of?
The counteroffensive is ongoing. Every day we hear news of advancements of the Ukrainian army. We hear news from the battleground. Somewhere Ukrainian troops are able to advance faster and firmly reposition the Ukrainian flag over the Ukrainian territories. Some places are much more complicated, especially those where Russia has held effective control for a longer time and where their military units were able to quite literally dig themselves into the land, the territory of Ukraine. But in any case, the way to expedite the counteroffensive and make sure that it is effective and that it brings the victory that we so long for and are talking about is to provide Ukraine with more weapons, more ammunition that go with, more means to protect our skies and counter the aerial attacks that Russia is launching on a daily basis across all of Ukraine. And I think this is something that the international community that abides by the UN Charter and the basic principles of international law has an interest in doing in uniformity and in solidarity.